Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. We have new information about the issues being raised in an uncommon appeal. Centers on the potential plea deal in a Manitowoc County courtroom involving child abuse and death.
As Action 2 News previously reported, a judge rejected the deal for Timothy Hauschultz last month. He was to plead guilty to 2 counts of child abuse for the death of Ethan Hauschultz back in 2018 and essentially be sentenced to time already served, but the judge rejected that deal. Drew Best looked over the new documents, which details why the attorney for Hauschultz says the appeals court needs to get involved and the state's response to those arguments. Drew.
Cami and Bill, the attorney for Hauschultz wants Manitowoc County Judge Geraldine Dietz off the case after she rejected the plea agreement. The arguments center on whether the judge misused its discretion in rejecting the deal. Did the judge's statements regarding the length of the sentence for Hauschultz deprive him of his due process rights to an unbiased judge? And whether the court misused its discretion over a decision to prevent Hauschultz from questioning social workers about his case. The February hearing from Hauschultz came just days before a scheduled trial. The defense and prosecution announced a plea deal for the death of 7-year-old Ethan Hauschultz. Ethan and his siblings were put in the Hauschultz's care in 2017. The siblings told investigators that Hauschultz frequently made them walk laps around the yard carrying heavy logs. Ethan died after being punished and buried in the snow by then 14-year-old Damien Hauschultz, who is serving a prison sentence for reckless homicide. This type of appeal is called an interlocutory appeal, and one attorney tells us it's uncommon.
This type of appeal is very rare. It's trying to resolve an issue midstream before a final resolution of the case is brought, either by way of a jury determination or a final order of the court.
The state of Wisconsin has responded to the filing with the Court of Appeals. It contends that a circuit court may, quote, reject any plea agreement that does not, in its view, serve the public's interest, end quote. It also notes that the plea agreement gave the court, quote, no discretion to impose a lengthy sentence if it determined that the circumstance warranted it, end quote. It goes on to argue that Ethan's mother was against the deal. We'll take a deeper dive into the state's response to the appeal tonight at 5. Cami and Bill.